Hey everyone, Rob J here, and welcome to Sega Genesis Boss Battles, yeah! Wait, what was that? Oh crap! Today I'm featuring Golden Axe. Golden Axe has 9 boss battles in total, and for part 1, I'm going to be showing you the first 5 bosses. Now, I want to mention during these boss battles, I'm going to be using no magic and no mounts. I'm going to be making it a little bit harder on myself. The warrior I'm going to be using for these boss battles is the dwarf known as Gilius Thunderhead. He was a childhood favorite of mine and still is today. Now, let's rock. First off, I want to mention that the boss names you see in the title cards is their name in the end credits. I found some of them pretty funny. Sergeant Malt? Sergeant Hop? Anyways, let's talk about what these bad brothers can do. They can charge, they can hammer strike, and they can kick. To avoid their charge, move up or down. Their charge goes in a straight line. To avoid their hammer strike, don't walk towards them. It's got a pretty long range. And to avoid their kicks, don't go too close. The best strategy I recommend is to first take out the 2 Henninger Silvers. Yes, Henninger Silver, and yes, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. After that, you can focus on the bad brothers. The attacks I recommend against them is the 1, 2, 3, because it gives you enough time to avoid an incoming attack from the other brother, or a 1, 2 throw. When you're in the throwing motion, you're immune to damage temporarily. For the village raiders, we're introduced to 3 new enemies. 2 of those enemies have complicated names. Strobea, a Lemonaya, and a Lemonaya riding a dragon and a skeleton. Oh, how I hate those skeletons, and believe me, this is not the last time you see one. The first round, you're up against 2 Strobeas and a Henninger Silver. You want to take out the Henninger Silver first, as the 2 Strobeas are just going to stand there and laugh, kind of like the bad brothers from the last boss battle. Be careful of a Strobea attack, it's fairly quick. For the final round, you're up against a Lemonaya riding a dragon, and a skeleton. What I recommend is to go up against the top hut and line up your attacks. It just makes them easy to execute. Once you take out the Lemonaya and the skeleton, you can focus on the Lemonaya riding a dragon. To knock her off, just jump strike. But be careful, the computer seems to know how to time that fireball correctly. So I have a question. Do you recognize these guys? Yes, they're the same as the bad brothers, but with different colors. According to the end credits, they have a stronger attack, but you have an advantage in this boss battle, which is you can fight one at a time. When the first sergeant comes out, let him come to you. Do not pass this point of the window or you'll trigger the second sergeant. Also, I would advise not to attack the sergeant on this platform, as they seem to have deadly accuracy with their hammer strike and kick. this is what Lieutenant Bitter has going for him. A long melee attack, a shield strike, some fancy footwork, and lackeys to help him out. For the first round in this boss battle, you're taking on 2 Henninger Golds and 1 Gold Longmoan. No biggie, they're pretty easy to take out. When Lieutenant Bitter comes out, he gets 2 more lackeys. The funny thing is, these 2 lackeys are not mentioned in the credits at all. I've checked. What I recommend is to take out the 2 lackeys first, then Lieutenant Bitter. Now take your time and focus on positioning, as you want to avoid attacks from Lieutenant Bitter and the other lackey. When you're one-on-one with Lieutenant Bitter, I safely attack him by doing a triangle movement. When I'm doing this triangle movement, I make sure I'm above him as I'm going to attack him. That is the safest way to attack him. And you can't throw him either, and make sure you don't pursue him as he goes off screen, because you'll just end up getting hit. So one thing to wrap your head around for this boss fight is that it's being taken place on the back of an eagle, with skeletons popping out. It's kind of disturbing. For the first round, you're greeted by a Henninger Dark. Now, it's important to take him out first before going to the right of the screen. If you go to the right of the screen too early, you'll trigger 2 Dark Longmoans. It just makes your life a little bit easier to take out the Henninger Dark first, then the 2 Dark Longmoans. For round 2, you're taking on a Henninger Dark and a skeleton. It's not the worst situation you've been in so far in the game, so just be happy. Wait till round 3, you'll see, you'll see. The best advice I have fighting against a skeleton is do not underestimate their speed. Be quicker. Easier said than done. Round 3, and oh man, you better have some quick reflexes because you're up against 2 skeletons and a Dark Longmoan. This fight can get claustrophobic very quickly, so what I recommend is to jump strike if that happens. Jump strike and find pockets of time to deal damage. That's all I can recommend in this boss battle. And those were the first 5 boss battles of Golden Axe. Now, I have to say, the toughest boss battle so far was the Great Eagle fight. Just because of those skeletons. Those skeletons are as quick as lightning, you think you're quicker than them, but you're really not, and you end up being struck. They're programmed to be cheap. Now, I have a question for you. What do you think is the toughest boss battle so far? Comment below. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. I'm Rob J. Thank you for entering the Nova, and stay tuned for part 2. Take care.